Doesn't matter how big the obstacle seems. With even the smallest amount of faith, you can overcome anything. Are you ready to move your mountain?
Move mountains with faith, the size of a mustard seed.
We're talking about how to face down those challenges in your life that feel just absolutely impossible. You know, the ones that look like actual mountains. And we're going to break down exactly how you can build a faith that can move them. But first, I want you to get real for a second. Seriously, what is that one thing in your life right now that feels completely insurmountable? The thing you look at and just think, there is no way I can get past this. We've all got one. Maybe for you, it's that final that feels like it's gonna absolutely destroy your GPA. Or maybe it's this wave of anxiety that just hits you out of nowhere and won't let go. Could be a tough situation at home, or maybe a bad habit you've tried to kick like 100 times, but it just keeps coming back. These are our mountains. These are our giants. Okay, so we've got these giant problems, and we usually think the solution has to be some kind of superhuman, massive amount of faith. But what if that's not it? What if the real secret to moving mountains is something we've kind of missed all along? This right here, this is a total game changer. The myth we all believe is that you need this huge, heavyweight faith to do anything big. But the truth is, it's not about the size of your faith. It's about the size of your God. All you need is a little bit of real faith pointed at a massive, all-powerful God. And look, this isn't my idea. This is straight from Jesus. He said, if you have faith that's just the size of a tiny mustard seed, one of the smallest seeds out there, you can look at a mountain and say, move, and it will. So the pressure's off. It's not about you trying to build up more faith. And this gets us to the core of what we call the mustard seed principle. See, the power isn't in the seed itself. It's what the seed is connected to. Your faith, even when it feels super small or weak, becomes incredibly powerful when the object, the person you're putting your trust in, is God. So theory is great, but how does this actually work? Let's jump into the ultimate case study of a dude who faced a literal giant and see how he got there. Yeah, we're talking about David and Goliath. Now, here's the key thing you gotta understand. When David rolls up and sees this giant punking everybody out, his confidence wasn't just some random burst of courage. Nope, it was something that had been built, piece by piece, long before anyone was even watching him. Just listen to him talk. While everyone else is shaking in their boots, David is just remembering. He's not focused on how big the giant is. He's remembering how big his God was in past fights. You know, the private battles against a lion and a bear that nobody else even saw. And that's the big lesson for us. The faith you need to pass that exam or to face down that anxiety, it's built right now. It's built in those boring moments, when you choose to do your homework with integrity, when you say no to that small temptation. That's the training ground. That's where giant slayers are made. Okay, so David has this faith that was built in private. Now let's watch what happens in the public showdown, the moment of truth. What happens when that tiny seed of faith comes face to face with a giant mountain? This chart breaks it down so perfectly. Just look at the difference. Goliath is trusting in his stuff, his sword, his spear, his armor, all the best tech. But David, his trust is in something completely different. It's in the name of the Lord, in the honor of God. He sees this not as a problem, but as an opportunity for God to show off. And this is the mic drop moment, the declaration of a true giant slayer. David basically says, you come at me with weapons, but I come at you in the name of God. Because this battle, it's not even my battle, it's the Lord's, and he's about to hand you over to us. So the whole game changes when you realize this. It's not your battle to win, it's God's. When you face your mountain, you have to shift your focus off of how weak you are and onto how strong he is. It's not about your ability, it's about his reputation. And that's when all the pressure just lifts. Okay, cool story, right? But what does any of this mean for you, right now with your mountain? Let's get practical. Let's step off of David's battlefield and onto yours. I want you to notice the key word here. It doesn't say whoever wishes the mountain would go away, or whoever thinks really hard about the mountain. It says whoever says to the mountain. Faith has a voice. It's an action. It declares something. So here it is, your simple 3-step game plan for this week. First, you gotta name it. Identify your mountain. Second, you have to declare God's power over it. You speak to it. And third, you believe. You trust that God is working, even when you can't see a thing changing yet. And listen, this doesn't have to be some big, long, complicated prayer. It can be simple. It can be direct. You look that mountain in the eye and you speak truth to it. Anxiety, you don't belong here. God's power is bigger than you. Move. That, right there, is speaking to your mountain. So I'm leaving you with that question. Don't just let this be another video you watch and forget about. Put it to work. What's that one mountain you're going to start speaking to this week? If you're ready to stop being pushed around by your mountains and start talking back with some giant-slaying faith, I want to know about it. Drop a raised hands emoji in the comments below. Let's do this.